Hola queridos, I'm here at the UnidosUS 2018 conference with Peggy McLeod, who is the Vice President of Education and Workforce Development. Thank you so much for taking time to talk with me today, Peggy.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So I want to talk to you a little bit about who you are and also what programs are available within UnidosUS for parents around education. So tell me about you. Where do you come from?
I am a native of San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Beautiful.
Sometimes you can't tell. I'm a little light skinned, but I am very proud to be born and raised in Puerto Rico. My parents were Puerto Rican, and
that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. And so tell me a little bit about your position at UnidosUS as the Vice President of Education and Workforce Development.
Sure. So we work throughout the United States with our nearly 300 affiliates.
Wow.
And we provide high quality programs. We develop high quality programs for them. And through the support that we get from our partners, we are able to support our affiliates and not only provide them high quality programming, training, and technical assistance, but also provide some cash assistance for them to be able to implement these programs effectively. And so we do that both in education, workforce development, in education obviously trying to improve the educational outcomes of Latino students. It's through many different programs.
Right.
And then in workforce development, improving the access to high quality jobs for the Latino community and getting them to family sustaining wages.
Absolutely, so important. So a lot of what I talk with my audience about is two things. One, STEM education and how important that is in today's society for tomorrow's jobs. And also, how do parents stay involved in their children's education? So can you share a little bit about the specific programs UnidosUS has to support parents in those areas?
Absolutely. This is a really important topic for us because we believe that Latino family engagement is key to improving the educational success of Latino children. Why? Because Latino families are usually very invested in their kids' education. It always comes up as one of the big issues for Latino families. As you know, being from a Latino family yourself, a lot of decisions get made with the whole family.
Right.
And so it's important that we engage parents and beyond parents, really the community. We have a program called Padres Comprometidos, or Parents Who Are Committed. And through this program, we work with parents to help them navigate the school system. For some parents, especially immigrant parents, or parents who didn't have such a great experience themselves in school, sometimes schools can be very intimidating.
Absolutely.
And so we work with them so that they understand how to approach a principal, how to talk to a teacher.
That's great.
But more importantly, we work with them so that they can support their kids at home. And so there are a lot of activities that parents can do to support their children's learning at home. We often talk about parents being their child's first teacher,
right?
But sometimes we don't really tell them how, some specifics of what they can do. So for example, having a dedicated area where your child can do homework is really important. Just even if it's a corner of the kitchen table, where maybe other people are having a little cafecito, or la abuela está cocinando, or whatever, a space where children know that that's where they're going to do
just for them.
Just for them.
Just for that.
Yeah, just for them. Nothing doesn't have to be anything fancy, but a place they know they're going to go do their homework. Reading to kids, reading with kids is critical. And some folks maybe don't feel comfortable reading, but so if you don't feel comfortable reading, if it's not something that you enjoy that much, it's okay. You can look at pictures, you can look at the books and talk about the pictures, and kids can, make up their own stories. And so there's, and this is all proven by research, by the way. We didn't make this up. Research shows that when parents get involved in certain ways with their children, they have better outcomes. There was a study that showed 1.5 years of progress for those parents who worked with their kids
Wow.
on one of the international tests for 15-year-olds. So they tracked these 15-year-olds from when they were little, and they realized the advantages of parental engagement.
That's great. You know, I always tell people, even like, because I've met parents who are not comfortable reading to their kids, and I'm not comfortable teaching my kids Spanish because it's not my first language. But I think the biggest thing is they see me trying, and then that gets them more engaged too.
Yeah. No, there's definitely a lot of ways for parents to engage in positive ways with their children.
Right.
And you don't have to be an expert in early childhood education or anything else. You know, there's a lot of resources that parents can access now.
Right.
If their kids are having problems in, you know, math or something like that.
Absolutely.
And the other thing that we talk to parents about is how to engage positively with your kids, especially like at the high school level. They get to the point where kids, you know, those hormones start getting a little crazy, and sometimes we as Latinos want to tell our kids, I told you to do this, go do it.
Right.
And and kids don't necessarily react well to that. So I remember one of the parents that has gone through our program several times saying that her first 3 children, she dealt with them very different than her last 3 after she's gone through parent engagement. And then the final thing I want to say about parent engagement is that a few years ago we would go visit the places that are doing our parent engagement program and noticed a group of parents that were highly involved and that had become sort of this core within the school of advocates.
Oh, that's fabulous.
Yes, so then we decided, let's take these parents and let's train them in advocacy skills. So we started a program about 3 years ago where we bring a group of parents, usually 20 parents.
Right.
And then we just spend 2 or 3 days with them, teaching them advocacy skills so that they go beyond being able to advocate for their kids, for their own children, to being able to advocate for all children in the community. And these parents have done an amazing job. They've pulled together sessions for other parents to there was a group in New York that pulled together a session so parents could understand what the president's proposed budget a couple of years ago meant for their children's education.
That's important.
And they used material that I think it was Senator Warren had produced, and they brought in members of one of our leadership trainings, and together they went through that exploration.
That's great. I want to do that. Okay, so where people who do want to get involved, where can they find that information? Online? On the website?
Obviously, yes. On our website. We do this training every year, but we've actually been doing it during the year because we've had school districts ask us to come in.
Oh, great.
Because they just feel the need to engage Latino parents. And especially like in a lot of places where there didn't used to be a lot of Latinos, and you know, we're all over now. So it's been really great. We do the training, as I said, once a year. We have a full-time director of community, family and community engagement.
That's fabulous. Thank you so much for all the work that you do, Peggy. And so if you want to get involved, if you're interested, head over to UnidosUS.org for more information. Thank you again.
Thank you.